I'm so psychotic. Also, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? True. That's pretty cool though. I like legit. Also, guess what? Let me just first do this, which is not what I meant to show. That didn't dogs anything, right? Yeah, it's fine. I need to be more careful, but it's fine. No, look, look, look. I know this should be a thing I should have had a long time ago, but I can draw on my screen now. I know that's a very like basic feature, but now I don't have to, you know, bring out the GIMP in order to actually draw on things. So I can draw cooler arrows now. See. Also, Great Blue. I was perusing the internet because I have no life, and I saw the recent tournament they did, Rivals 2, and it looks awesome. Like it legitimately looks like way cooler for platform fighter. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm better. I'm better than I was last stream. It won't break the stream. See, it works. It just works. It just works, guys. It just works. Please. Well, I'm just going to win a bunch of games then, now that I have your permission. So you're against the adding of shields and grabs, Great Blue? In that case, why? I'm curious. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm legitimately curious, because, I mean, I like the rock, paper, scissors aspect. I think that's a fun part of fighting games, that you can engage in that sort of system. Nothing to do with the fact that system benefits me because it's the part of fighting games I'm strongest at, but... Holding shield and getting infinitely grabbed is annoying to play against? Okay, fair enough. Fair point. So what am I doing? F3 you play... You have to play E5 here. This was wrong. I mixed up my theory. F3 here is E5, and you get a better version of some of the lines. Compared to footsies for defensive movement? Oh, footsies is definitely cooler. But it looks like footsies is still primary. Like the primary way of doing things. I also kind of like chain grabs. Which sounds like a psychotic thing to say, but low-key, chain grabs kind of nice. Plus, I'm going to be real. Every platform fight I've ever seen, other than Smash Bros, and I guess technically the first Rivals, I've found their art style, like, I'm going to just say hideous. That's a little harsh, but... So it's like buying yourself a Christmas present and then having to act surprised about the Christmas present you bought yourself. That's weird. You know what I'm going to do? I've got a plan. I've played this wrong already. I should have played E5 in the opening. F3, E5 is my theory. I've completely messed everything up, but okay. Footsies is cooler defensive movement. But okay, we'll play this fine. I'm fairly comfortable in these positions. The animation is also very stiff. Smash is much more fluid. It moves and Rouse leans into it. That's what I mean. It just looks like a game where I have control over my character. You know what I mean? Which, honestly, Ultimate doesn't do that super well either. That's why I like P+ so much. It's because P+ more than any other, almost game, but definitely fighting game I've ever played, I feel like I'm in control of my character. He said, shocked. You know you're in a good spot when you are putting captions over your own life. 0 frame buffer, what are you? No, it's not the frame buffer. It's the way the characters move. It's like the actual movement mechanics. That's what I'm talking about. And plus, I play with the frame buff. I play with the frame buffer because I'm a coward. Well, did we just disconnect or reconnect, or was just my browser being weird? Hello, Rad. This is kind of annoying. I think I have to take to prevent knight b6. He draws much better even though it's a bit janky. I've tried Hue Draw. I didn't care for it at all. I felt like every character was a fast faller, and that felt supremely boring. It felt like every character was a fast faller. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's the gravity is weird. Something's weird. I like... Normally, I don't like some characters' movement, but I like other characters' movement. But in Hue Draw, I could not find a character whose movement I liked. Which has never been the case for me in a fighting game. Or game. Forget fighting. Well, yeah, but I mean, that helps, but... This is a very bad position. You play exclusively bruisers? I wouldn't say that. I play mostly bruisers. I don't play fast fallers. I don't exclusively play bruisers. In Ultimate, I played okay, is Hero a bruiser in Ultimate? Oh, he might be. Hold on a second. Maybe I play exclusively bruisers. Let me put it this way. I play low technical requirement characters because I have no technical ability. I have the technical ability of a moderately wet sponge. Slow and insta-kill, so yeah? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I have the technical ability of a wet sponge, so I try to play around my strengths rather than my weaknesses. And so I avoid everything that requires me to press buttons good. Which brings the question, why do you play fighting games? And to answer, I play chess. This is very bad. This position, I mean. Okay, so I've had music problems with my music application because I'm trying to switch away from Apple Music, but it's not working because... And then right after I did that, I left for 2 weeks because I was in Rome. Or no, I wasn't in Rome. I was in Rome for 1 day. I was in Italy. You missed a good move? What? Rook c8 doesn't work. I really wish it worked, but after takes, my rook's pinned to my king, so I can't take his rook. That would be cool. Queen e8 doesn't work because he takes on b6. Maybe there was something, but if there was, I completely missed it, Rad. Cormac? That's mean. That's hurtful. Okay, give me a second. Might be cooking. Man, his queen is so close to trapped. But I'm just like a tempo shy and a dollar short. What the heck is gradualism? Yeah, because if I play f6 or something, he's just going to take the knight. See, there, finally, someone who's actually speaking the truth. Thank you, Great Blue. Maybe this is dumb, but I'm just trying. Also, welcome, Snail. I forgot to welcome everybody. Man, I am not on it today. This is a very bad position. I think this was terrible. Why am I doing this? Believe in yourself. Good idea. We hold these. It's a pawn down. I can hold a pawn down. I've held a pawn down so many times in my chess career. In fact, not only can we hold this, but we will hold this. Show the chart. Oh yeah, this is my nervous Rex chart, which is very appropriate given the circumstances. We're going to hold this. It's fine. Thank you. We hold these every day. Man, I can taste the fact that he's calculating queen h6, but I think queen h6, I have f6, and I don't see how he continues. This bishop's actually pretty bad. Okay, so to be fair, it's not completely one-sided. His light squared bishop is kind of trash. So if I can manage to survive the attack that he's cooking, then I'm actually not the most losing. So something like this, and it's not clear how he wins. It's clear that he is better, but how he wins is not clear. So, okay. Take with knight, and I'm expecting b4. That looks the most human. b4, and then maybe like queen c3, and he tries to bring the queen in again. Then I'm almost considering f5. Ah. I'm just going to play king f7. Again, this bishop's pretty bad, and I think it'll take him a few moves in order to improve it. So it's not. Maybe I can hold on somehow. Describe your chess experience as a movie name. Ooh. So my plan was f5. That doesn't work. Death of the King? So I've never heard of that movie before, which is why I didn't think of it. That's probably a very good one, though. Maybe we hold these. Dumb and Dumber, maybe? I feel like something along those lines is probably most appropriate. Do I want to trade queens here? Not trade queens, trade rooks. Because if I trade rooks, you know, queen and knight are typically better than queen and bishop. So I think trading rooks might actually help. Does this allow for queen a7 though? Maybe. His king would have to go up this way or this way, and either way I get to take this. Or he could play bishop here, but then... maybe. I still get to take this. Well, I'd have to play king e7 first. Ooh, that's a clever move. Ooh, that's a good move. Wait, it's called a lost king. Oh no, that's even better. Missed another good move. Here I could play takes, and go queen b6. The point being, queen takes, knight takes, he can't really defend the c6 pawn. That actually might be good. Rook e4? Rook e4. What are you cooking? Why can't he just play queen takes? And then I go, and then queen b6 is my hat trick. Queen b6, he can't afford to take because I take his queen with check. And he's a tempo shy. And his queen's pinned, and it's also attacked, and it's also hanging. So now I get to play knight takes, and I get to walk in my king. This is my point. And this knight is actually really good. It prevents a4, and it prevents the king from ever getting to the d5 square. Now, maybe he holds anyway, but like it's not clear to me how he holds anything. So maybe he goes here. Then here. Then it would have to be here. Oh, I think that's just worse. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, if that works. No, wait, hold on a second. Here, he goes c7, because the point is the bishop prevents my king from entering, which I missed. And then I go f5, pawn takes f5, pawn takes f5, bishop takes f5, d5, c8 equals queen, knight takes, bishop takes, d4. Now, if he goes bishop takes d3, he's just in time. Queen takes rook, and then you have queen a7 check. The queen a7 check doesn't accomplish anything. I'm just down a rook, am I not? He goes like king h2. Maybe I can be clever. Maybe I can be clever. Maybe I have f5, h5. I have to play king e7 first to prevent this from being check, but maybe I can do this. Your time is running out? Yeah, I noticed. Give me a second, we hold these. f5 and then h5 is my next move. This is very much desperation chess, but it might work. It just might work. Because if I survive this at the end of it, I'll have a passer. Now, that's an if, to be fair. It's not guaranteed I'll survive. But if I do survive, then I'll have a passer, which will be nice. It might have been a dumb move. Game over for you? Probably. He could still draw? Probably not. Should I have played d5 there? No, d5 he queens and takes this anyway. He takes here, and then it's like, and then, yeah, no, it doesn't work. See, now he has bishop b7, though, which forces king d7, and then he can take these pawns for free. And I have so many light squared weaknesses. It's got to be losing. It is absolutely 100% losing, but I'm going to try. Here, so bishop here. No, but then you can just take. Oh, that's surprising. That's a surprising move. I am surprised by that. It's obviously still completely winning, but I feel like now I have the faintest shadow of a dream of a chance. And that's not something I had a move ago. Again, now my opponent's going to start getting low on time as well. This is why it's important to study endgames. My opponent is not as well versed in his endgames as he should be. And so now he's really struggling to win this very winning position. Hold on a second. Hold on just a diddly darn moment. Give me a second. I'm still probably lost. Oh, that's bad. He shouldn't have started pushing the pawns immediately. Letting my king in does not make sense. He's giving me tempi I do not deserve. Give me just a moment. I'm cooking. 33 seconds, that's enough. 33 seconds is enough. Just give me a second. I can win this. Win may be a stretch, but I can at least make his life very difficult. What on earth is he doing? How did I win that? Why? Why? How? Why? My opponent was at like a 2150. What? What? Choke of the century. And that's why I don't resign. I have never met an opponent too good to blunder. Goodness gracious. It's depressing. I am just baffled. I am just baffled. I don't want to review that. I never want to see that game again. For the rest of my life, I never want to see that chess game. I'll just play this naturally. Blunt the bishop. Go like here. Immediate pressure against this pawn. And then I have like a5 at some point. I swear, I win my losing positions more often than I win my winning positions. I'm telling you guys, I don't know why or how. I don't understand the mechanics of it, but chess is evil. This is the second time I've played 2 games of chess today. The first one, both times I won in a losing position. Now earlier today was intentional. I had a minute, he had like 4, and I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not going to play for the draw here. I'm going to play a move I know is losing because I think he can't play on the clock well enough. It was a very bad like gambit-y sort of idea. Oh, I think I had 95. What am I doing? Anyway, it was like a really bad gambit-y idea. Owning experience? Yeah, but like Cormac, what was that? He had like 3 different ways to force a win. People need to study their endgames, man. I swear. Nobody studies endgames. Nobody. I mean, I actually like my position here. It's boring? Eh. Eh. I like my position here. I can bring this rook here and go knight c5, knight c4. Actually, knight c4 first might even be better. And I'm threatening like a5, like a knight e5. Maybe this knight's better on e5. But either way, I'm like... Before the bishop sack. Before the bishop sack, that's what I'm saying. Like, the bishop sack wasn't good. Absolutely. But before the bishop sack, he played so many, like, head scratchers. The bishop sack was obviously bad. But before that, like, bringing the bishop back, I'll show it in a second, but I kind of like this. It's not, like, the best position of all time, but I have play and there's some interesting dynamics. And a5, I feel like, is going to be annoying to deal with. Maybe a5 isn't a meaningful threat, but it looks like it. I just don't understand. This is why I tell everybody that resigning is for nerds. It's because my opponent was another 21. My opponent was higher rated than I was. This is a very weird position. I actually quite like it. It's an interesting move. I'm very close to being able to take, but I'm just barely cannot. You know what I could do? I could try to rotate this knight to e4. It's an interesting idea. Not a very weird position. I could match him by playing e4, and then this pawn is kind of difficult to defend. He would have to go like back here or something. And both of those squares look terrible for the knight. And then I could play like a rook d1. I'm going to go for that, actually. Watch me. Then minute mail. And I feel like I'm just more active. Like, I feel like I just have better pieces. Yeah, like, look at that knight on e7. It's just not good. It's just not good. Because, like, what is he going to do? Play f5? That can't be right. Sure. Now I like bringing the bishop back to e3. And I've... Now, this bishop's not very good. Given. But, other than this bishop, and opening this bishop's not that difficult, I don't think. Because I'm playing a5 next move. Almost 100%. a5, and then this c5 pawn is a problem. Knight reroute idea? You think? I just feel like at that point I'm justifying f5. Like in this position, if I'm black, I start rerouting, and then if you go here, I go f5. And I feel like at that point, I've wasted enough tempi that black can justify the kingside attack. The reroute's definitely interesting. I just don't think the position can afford it. I think it's just barely too much. I'll sack the pawn here. I mean, it's not even a pawn sack, because I can play knight takes here. This is why a4 is so good. Playing a5 in the future is always such a big threat. Really? Ah, I just barely can't play that now, can I? Can I get away with bishop c5? Bishop c5 takes here, bishop b6, rook takes, rook takes. It's such a cool idea. The point being, I'm like forcing all of his pieces backwards. If this bishop were better, I think I would do it, but as it stands, I've just got too many pieces that are not good. I'll reroute the knight to b3. And I don't think he can play knight takes a5 because I think I have bishop takes c5. Right? And the point is, if he takes the bishop, the knight hangs. The knight reroute I'd have to calculate because I just give him so many tempi that he can use to bring back against me, you know? And maybe, again, maybe I can afford to do it and there's nothing. But it's just, it's something that I would really only feel comfortable playing if I had calculated it. But no tempi moves, right? Maybe this is dumb, but I feel like now's when I give up the bishop pair because this dark square bishop's really bad. Maybe this is wrong, but again, it's another interesting idea. No, we can't even play b4. Knight d6, and then interesting things. But moving the bishop to a7 is also anything for black. Yeah, that's what I was worried of. That was what I was worried about. Again, maybe it doesn't, and maybe that's the way I should have done it, and it's totally winning. It's super unclear. That's why I was having like a philosophical meltdown in that position. I mean, I'm actually kind of happy about this. His pieces are super misplaced. I mean, this knight, even if this knight comes to c6, where's it going after that? I like the idea of queen b3 a lot. And how do you stop knight g4 exactly? You'd have to play like h6. Does the knight want to come to b3 instead? This bishop's still terrible. Oh, I can just go bishop h4, h3, and just say, hey, tempo move. Bishop's doing nothing on the square it's currently on. It's better off literally anywhere else. I like literally bishop f1 is a move worth considering. Hey, Lamaldo. So far, so good. I just won the most losing game of all time. And now we're playing this really interesting position that kind of came out of a King's Indian, where I'm really unsure as to what the position really is asking for. I'm listening, and I think the position's trying to tell me, but hasn't given me enough info yet. Hey, Vluppy. Again, we'll look at it in the maybe we'll look at it in the post game, depending on how this game ends. But if I lose, we'll look at it in the post game. If I win, then we'll move on to the next game because I want to keep churning through the elo. Ooh, that's a Again, there's so much potential energy in this position. I feel like I must have something that just kind of works. Like maybe just playing this and trying to get my piece in is best. Trying to walk something in. Yeah, because I think he's playing rook d6 next move. And now I think if he trades after queen d8, I think I'm better there. I'll go here first. No, but this allows b4. That's what I'm a little... That's why I like the rook on a5, is because it prevents b4. This, rook d6, I think I just go knight g5, and you've got problems. But once again, I think if he plays h6 here, I've kind of just done nothing. So I'm going to go here just to prevent rook d6, if nothing else. And now that the bishop isn't attacking the e-pawn... Look at pawn. Which pawn? This pawn? I'm expecting rook takes rook. b4? b4, he takes on c3. Unless you're saying he plays b4 now, then I play rook takes queen. That's the problem. That's kind of why I'm okay with this, is because b4 is always met by rook takes queen. My rook on a5 is kind of b2, b4. Yeah, but no, if I play b2, b4, he takes on b2, b4, he takes on c3. That can't be right. Doesn't that just concretely win a pawn? And threaten to win a knight? That looks horrible. Again, I think the benefit of my structure is the fact that I have this c3 pawn instead of the potentially weak a6 pawn. I'm not sure if that's a strength worth having, but I feel like it's a strength. Now, if rook d6, I can play basically anything with tempo. So the question is just which tempo do I want? I guess like queen e2 is most rational. I am so close to having so many cool moves. Like queen d7 almost works. Does that work? What if he goes rook c7? That's what I was trying to calculate. Queen check, bishop f8. That's tempting. Because he doesn't have a rook c8. I mean, and he doesn't have knight c6. Maybe that works. Maybe that does work. Because I'd like this knight move in the future. I'm gonna go for it. And like bishop c8 doesn't work because I just have queen e8. Oh, that's chickeny. Just poke and prod and be annoying. I am so close to getting in this position. Ooh, maybe I had knight g4, g5 immediately. Do I have knight g5 next move? Hold on a second. I forgot about knight g5. No, this is better. Because after knight g5, he could have moved the knight and the queen guards the pawn. But now after bishop d7, I'm attacking the rook. When the rook moves, I have knight g5. And even if he moves his knight, the pawn is still attacked. I'm accidentally a genius. And if rook here, I have knight takes this way. Which, I mean, is a little fancy. But can't I just do this? Am I actually a genius? Oh, no, he has checks. But not enough of them. No, I think it works. Because this knight guards e4. So even if he checks and goes here, he runs out of checks unless he sacks a piece. So he'd have to sack a piece. Maybe he gets his piece back, though? No, because I have knight f6. No, 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 this works. This works. It works. It works. Because the knight guards e4. What a weird position. I legitimately have no idea what to play here. I, like, literally have no clue. This is probably a terrible move, but I don't have time. I don't have time. I need time in this position. Because there's so much to do here, but I don't have the brain power to see any of it. I mean, now here he doesn't have rook d8 anymore, so I'm not going to get checkmated, but maybe he survives? I find that, like, surprising, but maybe he does. Give me a second. I have 48 seconds on the clock. I don't have time to read chat messages. I'll be right with you guys. If he doesn't take here immediately, I'm playing bishop f3 next move. If he lets me. Unless is my queen getting trapped? Queen's getting trapped. Ridiculous. Wow. Wow. Well, I guess my queen's not getting trapped because I have bishop d7. And then I escape somehow. So I go to a8. So I guess I'm not getting trapped, but I'm losing a piece. The icon near my username, that's the new icon for people who are chess.com premium members. I like how I said I'm not reading chat messages, and then I'm reading chat messages. I hate chess. This is terrible. This is so sad. And he has rook check at the end. And a time scramble. Aw, tragic. Tragic. I am sure I had something towards that end part there. Man, chess is the worst game. How do you get membership on chess.com? Is it free? No, it's the what you pay for. It's the tactics thing. It's how chess.com makes money. Yeah, here I missed that I just have 95 immediately and I'm just winning or near winning. But okay. And this is a blunder. What tactics do I? Do I take the rook first? That's fine too. It's queen b3. So I expected. Oh, but h6 I have queen takes b6. So this is the move. This is the move. Because again, knight g5 was a threat. And the point here is if rook takes, let's say, and then like you play rook d8 or something, then I'm going to just play queen b6. You can't stop me. You can't guard the pawn. There's nothing you can do. And if you try to play b5, I'll play rook takes a8 first, because I'm psycho. And if you take it, then I take on d8, and then you take it, and then take on b5. So queen b6. We, the viewers here, declare war against the wretched soul known as the gorilla killer will hold this abominable act. Bruv, your win condition. Like, if you win the war, stream goes off. Stream turns off. I have no idea either, Norwegian, because I have not measured my reading speed. d8, a5, b5, knight d2. It was knight b6. Okay, hold on a second, but I was worried about this. I'll just take the rook. Doy. Never mind. Why didn't I play knight b6? Okay, so what was the original knight reroute idea? It was instead of e5. Instead of e5, it was like this. This was my point. And then the sample line I gave was something along the lines of this, and then you get f5. But f5 does not work, evidently. What's the book that I'm considering reading? It might be How Fascism Works. It was one of those. And it's calling like 040. Like, this is losing. This doesn't work. Knight g5, rook f6, rook a1, and just barely. You just barely hold on. Sheesh. But now I have the knight sack, and what happens if you play rook takes? I play bishop e6. Then it's not the How Fascism Works. It's a different book. I have rook takes pawn and bishop e6. Hello, Splat. Oh yeah, it's you. Man, you blundered in the opening. I could have just played 95, and I saw it as soon as I played the other move. Because I'm dumb. Because I'm a dumb head. I played I thought of 95 as soon as I played a different move. Look at this. I have knight takes f7 here. Was very intense. Oh yeah. This is like +2. Because you can't take for fear of bishop e6. And I thought you just had like some knight move in this position. Let's just say. Then I play knight c5 and... What's even the threat? Had wins? Oh, you had a billion wins. You had a million wins. I'm not looking at those. Streamer bias. And then this is all completely losing for me. And then, of course, the endgame time scramble. It was emotion roller coaster, nothing. No, not temporary ceasefire. Permanent ceasefire. Okay. I definitely had way too many chances in the opening. I played very poorly. This was unnecessary. Knight g5 immediately? It's not nice. Just rook fd. Yeah, I was overcomplicating it. I overcomplicated this position so many times, man. %60%? No, this game was dumpster fire. This game was a dumpster fire. No, splat. You need to look at the previous game I played. You need to look at the game I just played. Before you. Okay? Shh. Spoilers. Chess.com. I played 3 games of chess today. Okay? 3. Yours was the third one. Oopsie. Yes. No. No, you were the third game of chess I played today. You want to see the other two? I need to show you the other two. I don't know what it is today, but today I bring out the worst chess in everybody on the planet. So this was the first game of chess I played today. I didn't play this one on stream, but so I had some chances, whatever. The point is the end game. Most drawn end game of all time. Most drawn end game of all time. Okay? And in this position, I tried to play a little bit active to get chances. Hey, pandas. Okay, and so we repeat. But in this position, after this check, you know what I said to myself? I said, you know what? He's got 1 minute and 14 seconds. I've got 5 minutes. He doesn't have time to win this. I played King D5. Which is one of the dumbest moves of my chess career. But I was just like, he can't win this with 1 minute on the clock. It's definitely losing, but what's he gonna do? Like, he's gonna play a perfect endgame with 1 minute on the clock. No shot. No shot. And believe it or not, I was right. He blundered. Do I exist? Yes. You just spammed the same message and it's your game that you played, so. True. And he blundered and I won this game. Very funny game of chess. So that's the first game of chess I played. King e3? I don't even know, man. That's the first game of chess I played. King e3 probably, yeah. No, because my king doesn't get in time. So you force me to give me a second. Let me. I don't think I'm even able to sack my knight for the pawn. I think that's the problem. That's the problem. Is if you play well, I can't even sack my knight. Because first off, I'm on like a weird Sookswong here. So I go here. Give me 1 second. King f2 was weird. I wasn't sure about king f2. And then I think. Maybe it's just like this. Knight e7 and then knight f5. Although that looks a bit slow. Or maybe I just let you do it. Yeah, no. I let him take my pawn. And then the problem is he's faster anyway. Right? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So that's this one. And then the second game of chess I played today was the first one I played on stream. And in this one, I forgot my theory. I am not doing well with theory today. I know that in this position, my theory is not g6. g6 is terrible here. Here you play e5 and you get a better version of the stuff, of the normal Sveshnikov stuff, because it's a tempo down Sveshnikov for white pretty much. But I played g6 because I forgot my theory. And I ended up playing a terrible game of chess where I lost a piece. Where did I lose my piece? Oh no, I got like this position. Look at this. And I managed to win this position. He played bishop g4, which was genius. I was thinking bishop d1 to go to b3, which might also work, but bishop g4 is definitely better. And I had the genius idea of playing f5 here. Now, given this is a very cool looking idea, f5 and then h5. The point being that I attack the bishop and I'm maintaining the blockade so I can get to your pawn, but f6 is enough. There's multiple ways to win this, but f6 is enough by itself. He didn't play f6. And against a 2105, I won that position. Like, look at this. I don't know how I won this endgame. So I'm having only games where people are giving me wins in bad positions. I don't know what it is today. I'm not just playing bad chess. I am like evoking bad chess from my opponent. You saw opening with black, please help. Well, don't play the King's Indian then. Goodness gracious. You want a solid opening and you're playing a King's Indian? Okay, wait. Who's first in queue? Is that a bad thing, Rexport? Because that seems reasonable. Especially if it's like... What openings do you play normally? Because I've only played you in that one game where you played your King's Indian. What do you play with white? Or what do you play against d4? And the theory of a 1400? Hey. It's fine. Hmm. Play London with white? Oh, so you're one of them. Caro-Kann? Oh, so, yeah, okay. So London Caro-Kann. Why not play like a semi-Slav then? I mean, the semi-Slav is not the same as the Caro-Kann, but it's like you get more solid positions. I love the Caro. Based. My little brother plays the Caro-Kann. I can't stand it. I can't stand the Caro-Kann, but I respect it. That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense, Rexplore. Yeah, so I would say semi-Slav is probably not the worst idea. Why no f4? Is f4? I don't think f4 is what you play in these positions. Because after f4, like your king might be maybe f4s. And the nice thing about the semi-Slav, one thing to add real quick before we... No, Caro-Kann's not easy. I just don't like it. The Panov's a little annoying. But isn't the Panov, like, fine if you know your theory? I didn't say it's not good, it just, I'm not sure about it. The nice thing about playing the Slav is, first off, against knight f6, you can just play d5 and then go for your stuff. And against c4, you could play c6. And the nice thing about this is if they play e4, you transpose into a Panov, right? Which you said is annoying, but it's not, whatever. Accelerated Panov, technically. And if they play d4, you can transpose into your Slav. So you could play c6 against c4 as well, and not have to... And so the Slav and semi-Slav, more specifically, will cover you against knight f6, c4, and d4. I used to play it, but I'm moving to the Dutch nowadays because I find the semi-Slav a little dry, which means you'll probably love it. Benoni, okay. Is f4 theory here? Well, first off, isn't knight d7 bad? It's like knight f6 or g6. Let's say knight f6. Knight c3, and then like g6. Yeah, okay, f4 is evidently mainline. Yeah, sure. F4 makes sense in this context because the battle of the Benoni is the battle for the e5 square. You played against everything? Yeah, pretty much. So between Semi-Slav and Caro-Kann, you should be set for everything except maybe like the bird. But nobody plays the bird, so you're fine. Nobody plays the bird. Just the thing in the semi is it's not like the Caro, because the thing in the semi is you are locking in your bishop early. But the benefit is that once you play c6 and get your semi-Slav, which this isn't, this will, let's say we transpose to a semi-Slav, then you end up going like b6, bishop b7, c5, right? b6, bishop b7, c5. And so you play for c5 long term, like a Caro-Kann sort of thing, but you try to bring out your bishop this way, if memory serves. So like you develop your pieces normally, and then you go like b6, b6, and either bishop b7 or bishop a6, and then you play c5. Hello, Void. Urkel Dirkler. Suspicious, but it sounds fun. Knight c3, a6. Okay, so here's the thing. Black's advantage is queenside space and this potentially weak pawn, backwards pawn. White's advantage is space. Like this pawn's pretty suffocating, and the potential push of e5. So like something like f4 makes a lot of sense, but you can also just play knight f3. Then like knight c3, and then because basically it's who gets to control e5 the best. If white controls e5 best, then white's going to win. If black controls e5 best, then black's going to win. And so this pawn push is nice because it kicks the knight off and makes these central pawns weak. And it's interesting. Benoni's interesting. Hello, Varmy. I'm assuming that's hello. Knight f3. Knight f3 is fine. f4 here is also fine. a4 here is also fine. Knight f3 is very... I'm never going to complain about principally developing your pieces. F4 works because, again, this is the critical square. And so putting the knight behind it and trying to get e4 at some point is very in the spirit of the position. a4 is also very good because you're preventing b5, which is also a very typical thing that black tries to do and tries to advance this pawn. Knight f3 can't be bad, though. h6, bishop e2. Bishop e2 I don't like as much. The bishop's not doing a whole lot on the e2 square. Because now this pawn is a little bit weak. It's on an open file. It's kind of begging. It's kind of begging to get attacked. So this bishop usually does a pretty good job holding down the fort on this pawn. And he can't pin the knight currently. And as soon as he makes himself able to pin the knight, you can just play h3. So it's me. It's literally me. How's it going? I imagine not as much snow as over here. Well, we've had a few inches. Power went out a number of times. We just got our final phase back in earlier today. But I'm sure not as much snow as y'all. It's going pretty well. I don't feel as sick, but I'm a little tired still, so I think I'm still in the end of my recovery era, my recovery arc. Made a bunch of coffee earlier today because I had some decaf. Queenside attack does look strong for black though. Oh, absolutely. But black's just completely underdeveloped. At least that's what I would think, Splat. Like in this position, yeah, your queenside attack is fine. My king's over here, and if you have no pieces developed, then your king is going to die. You got to get out of the center. And if you try something like knight g6, first I play a4. And then let's say you just try to castle. Let's say you play principal chess. I mean, this might be bad, but my gut instinct is like bishop f4. And I'm just going to go e5 if you let me. And it's hard to find moves. Like, what are you going to do? Play like rook b8 for b5? That's got to be terrible. H3 before bishop f4. That might be, you might be right. H3 before bishop f4, so if g5, I can move the bishop to h2. You're probably right, you're probably right. Although knight h5 immediately, I'm not scared of. This I'm not afraid of. Because this knight is dumb. This is a dumb piece. You're going to move it back, and in that case, I'm up a tempo, because the bishop's better on e3 than c1. And f5? I play e5. Immediately. That's the problem, right? Yeah, I play e5. Knight hangs. Again, the knight on h5 is a very poor piece, so I'm very much not afraid of knight h5. The problem is g5, which this isn't a problem per se, but the point. h5 is not protected. And then maybe now you can play knight h5. Even then, I'm very suspicious of this entire situation. h4 for white. I don't like h4 just because knight takes g3. Now I have to take with f, and this is weak, and this is weak, and either way. The queen side attack's fine, but black isn't well enough developed to take advantage of it. So yeah, bishop d3 in the Benoni is almost always better, if I remember correctly, just because you want to solidify this pawn because it's your primary weakness. And this pin can't happen yet, and even if it does happen, it's not that scary. You play h3. So, castles, knight gf6, h3. And see, again, now this bishop has no point to be on e2. This bishop has no reason to be on e2. Bishop helps against bishop g4, but he can't play bishop g4. And bishop g4 isn't that scary. Knight h7, bishop e3. Again, this bishop's kind of hitting nothing. On this square, it's a lot more active. It's attacking the critical, it's attacking this potentially weak pawn. It's helping push e5, and it's just defending the e5 square, which is the most critical part of the position. Again, in the Benoni, the plan for both sides is who gets to control e5. It's the critical idea of the position. And so bishop e3 doesn't participate in the f5 idea, so not good. It's good for black. Well, yeah, but you can't do it that early, I don't think. Because let's say you like go knight f6, and if I go knight f3, bishop g4, queen b3 or something. But like this isn't that good for black. It's not bad, and it's fine, definitely, but I'm not afraid of this position because you're giving me the bishop pair for it, right? Knight c3, and this is not as scary as it looks because I play f4. Could yours eat some? What kind of cake? So you are giving me the bishop pair, and it's not in every line that the trade is better. Try. Oh, that sounds delicious. f3 knight wants to go to c4. Oh yeah, but it's not that scary. And plus, I'm not talking like specific Benoni theory. I'm sure you know more about the Benoni than I do. Most people do. But f3 d2 c4, right? Yeah, because e5. But my point is, it's not a big enough a deal that you want to play bishop e2. If you're afraid of the bishop g4, play h3 first, and then play bishop d3. The bishop on e2 just isn't a good piece. Good night, Splat. I have no idea what that message means, Kate. It's just not doing anything. It's in an active piece, and it's actually kind of hindering you because you want to put like a rook on the e file or something, maybe. Or maybe queen somewhere. Guard this pawn. You mean frosting? Because coverage is like news. Okay, bishop e3, b5, a3. You're playing very timidly. Very timidly. Like, all of your pieces are slightly more passive. All of your pieces are slightly more passive than they ought to be. Okay, yeah. If you saw that c4 wasn't scary, then this is good. Because, I mean, look at this knight infiltrating. This knight doesn't want to go to c4 anymore. Now it wants to go to c6. Talk about active pieces. Anyway. a4 is a good move. Knight d4. Oh. What? Knights on the rim are dim. What is this knight doing here? First off, I can just take it. I don't like knight a6. Rook a7. Rook's on the 7th rank. Oh. Rook's on the 7th rank. What a strong piece. If he goes rook b7, then... I mean, come on. Knight 7 b5. I was even thinking knight 3 b5, but knight 7 b5 is probably better. And you've made off with the pawn like a thief in the night. Also, just in general, I know this pawn knight does a really good job blocking the passer, but this knight is so good trying to come to c6 that I just want to take with the b pawn. What's your favorite piece of chicken? Why are you asking me this? I'm suspicious. Oh, he gives you another pawn. How generous. Okay, 7. I don't mind rook b1. I don't mind rook b1. Rook a1 is probably better because you get to play either rook a8 or rook a7. But rook b1 isn't bad. You're up material. Trading off can't be bad. Bishop d4 lets him get active, though. I was thinking just... Bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes, and these pawns are a little weak. Maybe you have e5, but... No... Pawns are a little difficult to defend. I don't know. But I don't trust bishop d4. You should still be playing to improve your pieces. This bishop, once you move the knight, this bishop does nothing. Just let it chill. And it actually blocks this knight from developing. So where's this knight going to go? Like f8? That's hilariously bad. It's the best cheese? I would say Parmesan. I don't know what I've heard of the woodpecker method, but I don't know what it entails. So I don't have an opinion. Queen b5, queen takes b5, knight takes b5, knight d7, e6. You can't get your knight anywhere to defend. You could try knight c7. That's pretty funny, but king f7 happens. Do a set of like 1,000 puzzles for 4 weeks. And the same set for 2 weeks. Same set for 1 week. Wait, what? Repetition of puzzles? That doesn't sound terrible. I'm eating Toblerone based. Toblerone's delicious. Is it the same puzzles though? So it's trying to memorize the puzzles? So it's not puzzles, it's more so trying to find motifs. So you're trying to memorize motifs. They're trying to memorize positional motifs is basically what we're saying. Ooh. And now see, the knight and the pawn work together to keep the king out. And the bishop can't do anything. This is such a beautiful demonstration of when the knight's being stronger than the bishop. The bishop can't do anything. Everything's on light squares. And then meanwhile, the knight is attacking both light squares and the pawn is influencing, is attacking dark squares for being on a light square. So the knight's practically invincible. So now you just walk in the king and it's completely over. That's beautiful. Then just taking, and now we win this endgame. Right, but the method is trying to memorize these motifs. I was just lucky. Well, yeah, that's why learning from wins is almost as important as learning from losses. Also, why is the activity feed not showing me anything? Luan, thank you so much for the follow. Has anyone else followed that I missed? Zach the Ugly. I'm sure you're not that ugly. That's why learning from victories is important too, because you want to see why this is so winning. If this was a light squared bishop, it'd be a draw. I'm not already celebrating it, but I'm just my house has lights everywhere. Oh, I saw him, he's ugly. George, don't say that. That's mean. I could have sworn I've heard the name Zach the Ugly before. Do I have someone else who has ugly in their name? I swear there's someone else in my chat who has ugly in their name. I don't know. I don't remember. So yeah, you definitely play better chess than your opponent here. 10-minute mail. However, Kate, that's so mean. Why would you say that to me? Anyway, you just played very timidly in the opening. The book behind my left shoulder. Wait, my left shoulder would be this, but that's the right side of your screen, is it not? So my left or your left? On the table? Oh, that's my marketing textbook. That's my marketing textbook that I should be studying, but I'm not. Your left, of course, I don't have autistic tendencies. Bro, this is a chess channel on Twitch. I can't make that assumption. I can't make that assumption. So you definitely outplayed your opponent, but just you're a little timid. You need to not just look for development squares, but the best squares. So like E3 is definitely a worse square than F4 is. It's unequivocally. E2, like, I don't like it, but whatever. But D3 is better. Bishop F4 is definitely better. Maybe I have autistic tendencies. Show the shirt. I'm a nervous Rex. I'm not saying anything. I never said you did. I just said I can't assume you don't. This is not a place where I can make that assumption. Like, I don't know, what's the percentage of, I don't know. The percentage of people on the spectrum is 1%. This isn't a part of the internet where it'll be 1%. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm ugly, period. It's my chess is. All of our chess is ugly, Varmy. That's why we're here and not like winning tournaments or something. I need to turn down the heat in the room. It's too hot. The sparkly thing under the book, it's a wreath. It's hard to tell. When the webcam is full screen, you can tell more easily, but it's a little wreath. It's more Christmas decorations. Okay. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Kate. Merry Christmas to you as well. It's a little early, but I put up lights. Spoilers. Queen F3. And look, Queen F3 provokes E6, which now creates dark squared weaknesses. Because you've played Bishop G7, and so now after Bishop G7, you've created dark squared weaknesses for yourselves. Oh, there's more than 5 books back there. I have an entire 27 volume series of Encyclopedia Britannicas from 1977. And then excellent bookshelf. Actually, that's genius. I never thought about that. That's a good command. Hold on a second. D6, you have to play D6. And then Queen A3. And now you're just poking at the weaknesses. Bishop F8. The fact that this is the best move is depressing, man. Knight takes. Knight F6. D3. Bishop G7. Ooh. 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 What's the size of your whiteboard in inches? Uh, if it's like, what would that be? Like 3 cubits? Cubits like 18 inches. Would my arm be a longer cubit than your average cubit? Uh, I don't know, like 50 something? 54? 60? That's a ballpark. Do it, King George. It didn't save you last time. I don't think it saved you. Did you win? I won last time, right? I don't actually remember. That was a gambit. Look at all those pawns. Just scooping up all the pawns. H3 is such a crazy move. Just saying, nah, I don't need the castle yet. I'll spend one move solidifying my position, and then I'll castle. Queen c3. And then knight a6. That's so brave. Putting your queen and leaving it on the same diagonal as his bishop and his soon-to-be rook? Crazy. See, that's the problem. You're just too good at chess, Varmy. Bishop d4. Big shot on the bottom right of the webcam. My microphone. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's a laundry basket. Meow. Wait, are we doing that sort of meow or are we doing an actual meow? Because it wasn't in any sort of brackets, I assumed it was the word and not the onomatopoeia. Oh, that's just cruel. And now you just play bishop h8. Inside the basket? Only probably like 4 or something. Because that just has like a bunch of jackets. Precisely. Okay, I figured. Oh. Oh, ew. Do you wash jackets? Eventually, but not often. That's not my... see, that's a basket that has my jackets in it because I had... When I took out my jackets, I put them in a basket. My actual dirty clothes hamper is over there. My final exam score an 88. Hey, good job, homies. How's life treating you, Desk? Just in comes everything. What a crazy attacking game. This is some good chess. See, this is Cormac at his best. He gets this goofy position out of theory, and then he just dissects his opponent with moves that I would like rather die than play, but are absolutely good and are absolutely wonderful moves. Just like completely psycho chess, but the moves are good. See, I like history as a subject, but not as a class. The bishop ate everything. Very fun game. Super fun game. Unhinged play. This is the day of unhinged chess. There's no hinged chess today. That sounded better in my head. Okay, King George, you ready? Is there a mini Christmas tree on the highest shelf on the bookshelf? Top left? No. No. There's nothing Christmassy on the shelf other than the lights. Otherwise, it's like little knickknacks. Some CDs. I love history as a subject, but the class is terrible. At least my history classes have always been terrible. What the heck is it then? What? Like, it would be left. So, like, almost 100K? Cool. Like right there, that's a poster. And then like right there, they have like a that's all comic booky. Ba-ba-booey. Dutch? Yeah, I don't know my theory for this position, though. So nice try, George. I don't even know my own theory for this position. Do you play G6 in these lines? I know you don't. That's... I have no idea what I'm supposed to play in this position. I think you play this here to prevent the queen check. Or maybe you wait for the queen check and play it. In that position, 2e6 is not the move. No, it's not. h6 is also not the move. I don't think Kate's scared. Something tells me that Kate doesn't usually get scared. And that Kate's more of a fight than a flight, if you know what I mean. No, he's a game master. That's what GM stands for. Homies. I missed the first moves. It looks like you haven't decided on an approach against a Hopton. I've decided, I just don't remember the theory because I looked at it once 2 weeks ago. Nice try, homies. You failed. How does it feel? How does it feel? Does knight go to d7 or c6 in these lines? I mean, I can't go to d7. I can't go to c6 in this line, but... Well, as you all... Will these positions make me sad? Well, what else am I supposed to play? Again, I haven't done too much digging into the Hopton, so I legit don't know what to play. Because I just haven't done the research yet. Can I play? Milyan, exclaim, join to join the queue, and when it's your turn, you absolutely can. It honestly feels good, because at least I tried. Based. H6, G6 against the Hopton. Isn't that, like, really, really unsound? Isn't that, like, highly suspect and, like, very difficult to play? Can you floss? I think I'm physically able, but... Well, why do you ask? I suppose most people can floss. I don't think flossing is a particularly rare skill. Please floss? Why? I think my dental hygiene is fine as is. Actually, are amazing and totally sound. I might look. Can you get jiggy with it? Do I look like I can get jiggy with it? No, the dance, you dummy. Don't call me a dummy. You're the one being ambiguous. I might look into it. Again, I haven't looked into the Hopton too much. Although I've had the Hopton the most of anything. I've played the Dutch over the board, and every time I played the Dutch over the board, I've gotten the Hopton. Everybody plays the Hopton for some reason. Goodness gracious, it's like the Alapin all over again. It's more popular than the main lines. Main lines, you'll sack the knight f6 and recapture with the queen, but bishop g3 eventually. I'll look into it. Oh, there's because the Dutch players don't know their lines. Ah, so it is like, okay, I respect that. I don't know my lines, so it's correct. I feel like people online know better, more theory than people over the board. I don't know. Are you putting the pieces on the board? What pieces? What? Oh, well, of course I do. What are you talking about? Yeah. No, of course I do. That's like required. No, of course I do. Also, look, I can draw on my screen now. I added that feature. So now if I'm explaining something and I want to like add like a circle and an arrow, I can do that. Yeah, the TikTok brain zoomers can now see the chessboard. Let me help you all out. Let me help you all out. I'm be a homie. Just, and then I can just go like. Is this greedy? Yeah. Can I play it anyway? Can you put the Subway Surfers in the corner? I did that 2 streams ago, Des. Maybe I'll do it again. But man, I just want to point out that when I did the Subway Surfers gorilla dancing thing, unironically, I gained like 5 viewers. On 5 viewer average. Like, if you look at the stream graph for average viewers for that stream, it's like, it goes up a little bit, and then as soon as I took everything off, it went down again. And I think that says a lot about society. I think I think we just need to critically reanalyze where we are, where it actually like did something. I thought I was doing it ironically, but it's like if it actually worked, is it ironic anymore? Is it still ironic if like I actually gained from it, you know? It's like ironically selling merch or something. If I actually sold merch and made money off of it, is it ironic anymore? Need stimulation watching my second favorite chess streamer? Is your favorite yourself? And if so, is that narcissistic? I am the media executive in college, right? So I put Robert in a video and got 2,000 views. Oh my gosh. Society. Want to see? I kind of actually. Fair is Eric Rosen. Ah, you know what? Fair enough. Eric Rosen is super chill. You know what? Fair enough. I'm like my 3rd favorite chess streamer, to be fair. 4th. So I can't really judge for being your 2nd. You put a tic tac in chat. How did you do that? You know, I think your college needs to fire you. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I mean, I was hearing like Vine booms going on there. Like, what is this, man? What? I social media coordinator, but like, first off, why does a college need a social media coordinator? That's a Zoomer. You should watch the ending. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, fine. Oh my gosh, you did the follows and the. Yep, nope. This is yep, nope. Oh, this is bad. I think I'm done an oopsie. Okay. We win these, it's fun. That's what I get. I watched like a half of a TikTok and I made a blunder. That's what happens. That's what happens, man. I watch half a TikTok and like I lose too many brain cells. This is why we got rid of Robert, guys. Like 30 seconds of Robert was too much. Man, I don't even know if I think quality TikTok is an oxymoron. Epic fail. Yes. I'm society. I'm not sure I'm society at its finest. I'm definitely society is at its most sussy. Oh, instant regret. Ugh. Oh, thank you. Boom. And I did the opposite. See, that's why I said it. That's why I said it. I I know what I'm doing, guys. Sometimes you say stuff and it's like you know like the words of power in the Elder Scrolls? Suggestion, stop talking. No, I need to win this game. I went to the doctor and he said I have the peekaboo virus, so you rushed me to the ICU. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. So yeah, no. I as soon as I dropped the sussy on him, boom, instant blunder. That, my friend, is called psychological warfare. Psychological warfare. I'm supposed to be the zoomer here, man. What do you mean the zoomer here? We're all zoomers. Actually, it's not true. I think we have some millennials in chat as well. Shout out to the millennials in chat. Y'all really always remind me. Gaming, Kate. Next question. No, I said the word sussy and suddenly everything disintegrated. He has 30 seconds to win this. No way. No way does he win this in 30 seconds. Oh, he queens with check. That's the most annoying thing ever. You know what? Unless he has 30 seconds, and so he unfortunately does a pre-move. Given, this is very much a draw. Oh, thank you. Woozing. Oh. I didn't need to be winning, Kate. You don't understand. The goal isn't to be winning. The goal is chess. I'm so sorry, George. You didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. 97 was terrible. This was the TikTok move. I hope you're happy with yourself. I really am. I told you, every game of chess I've played today has been the most garbage thing of all time. But for some reason, while I'm playing terrible chess, I like force my opponent to play worse chess. I don't know what it is. You know, it's like the character in the RPG who's like made of glass, but you inflict a debuff that makes your opponents made of wet paper. Honestly, in this position, I would have taken the knight and then gone knight f5 and just said, no, you will never get this bishop out. I think this is the most brain dead way of winning this position. And then you walk your king in. Because this bishop can't escape. I have to go to g7 and then you take it immediately. So I think you're using too many brain cells. Just do this and never have to think about a chess move ever again. Oh, really? All draws, Pixin? So it's triple zeros. Still triple zeros. And now I play the dumbest move of all time. I play knight d7. This is a bad move. It's just saying, hey, guess what? Broadcast has been barely on for 30 minutes. Oof, that's boring. I'm so sorry, George. I'm so sorry. You definitely played chess, and you played better chess than I did, in fact. But at some level, you've got to not only find the way to win, but find the easiest way to win. That way you can win. That way you can win without having to worry about time or spending too much mental energy. If you think I'm adding that on the stream, oh, that's because you deserved it, Kate. I mean, to be fair, George deserves it too. Yeah, you know what? I take it back, George. I'm not sorry. Cruel world. I think everyone deserves it. Hydrate. I didn't. I was winning. Yeah, but like, yeah, you deserved it though. Am I going to conduct the monkey subway surfers experiment again? 2.4 seconds and I have 30 minutes. No. Seems pretty fair to me. No, no. Yeah, I'm not objecting because it's unfair. I'm objecting because I'm anti-fun. Make a vote? What do you mean make a vote? Are we really doing the... Are we really doing... A vote for boring chess? I thank you, Goddle. Finally, a human. Oh, Lamaldo, it's your turn. Perfect. 10-minute mail will be your turn next. It's Lamaldo's turn right now. Limitado. I can't read. Why can't I read? Make a vote, we demand democracy. Yeah, but you realize something. My vote is worth like infinite because I'm the one who actually does things. Challenge sent. Limitado. Bros thinks he's the United States of America. United States of America is not democracy. It's a... Well, it shouldn't be a democracy. It's supposed to be a democratic republic, but that's a little dubious nowadays too. Let Kate be, homies. Let him live. What song should I listen to? Can't decide. Oh, I forgot I was playing a game of chess. Okay. Oh no. Looks like we're going to have to make another 2100 lose a winning position. Is h6 a line here? I don't think I've ever seen h6. This is the unique thing about the bishop d6 immediately line is I think I get knight d2. I think this is the point. And then knight c3 followed by e4. No, but see, that's the problem. If I add that gorilla onto the screen, suddenly y'all are going to be like, oh, we don't just want the gorilla, right? We now want the gorilla and we want Subway Surfers gameplay, you know? And so then I'm like, okay. And so then I add Subway Surfers gameplay. And then it's like, oh no, we don't need just gorilla and Subway Surfers gameplay. We also need soap cutting videos. It's like, okay. Okay, no, soap cutting. And then it's like, oh no, we also need the sand cutting videos. It's like, okay. Those are sand cutting videos, fine. Sand cutting videos, whatever we can do sand cutting. And then it's like, oh no, we don't want sand cutting videos. Like if you give a mouse a cookie. Have y'all ever heard the story if you give a mouse a cookie? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Give a Twitch chat. Just ask more content screen. There we go. Why do y'all care about this hideous monkey so much? That's my question. Okay, listen, listen, listen. Okay, first off, I asked ChatGPT to write me a version of If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, but if you give Twitch chat a dancing monkey, and they just ask for more content on the stream, right? So I'm going to read you this. I haven't vetted it first, so it's probably terrible, but let's find out. If you give a Twitch chat a dancing monkey. If you give Twitch chat a dancing monkey, they'll giggle and cheer, finding it quite funky. They'll ask for the monkey to wear a bright hat, and once he's all dressed, they'll want more than that. Next, they'll request a groovy beat, something fun with a bouncy street heat. The monkey will dance and they'll start to rave, but soon they'll want something more brave. Are you listening, guys? How about a game, someone will type? Something challenging with lots of hype. So you'll set up a game all shiny and new. The monkey plays along, becoming a view. What do you mean? With each level he conquers, they'll ask for more. A harder challenge than ever before. They'll want a story exciting and grand about a monkey's adventures in a faraway land. You'll weave tales of jungles, treasures, and quests. The chat will be thrilled, sending hearts and jests. But as the night deepens, their demands will grow. More tricks, more stories. Don't let him go. You'll juggle and narrate, trying to keep pace as the monkey keeps up with a smile on his face. But remember, dear streamer, in this digital zoo, it's not about what they want, but what's fun for you too. So if you give a Twitch chat a dancing monkey, be ready for demands, both wild and funky. But amidst the chaos, laughter, and cheer, remember why you started and keep what's dear. Did you hear that, guys? It doesn't sound joyous. It does sound joyous. Who made a... Wait, hold on a second. Thank you, Robert the Gorilla, for the follow. I might have to ban you, though. It might be necessary. I just want to dance. But wait, where did this plot come from? Why is there a narrative now? Hold on a second. Why is there lore? Banning a gorilla? Yeah. Not gonna be a blockers launcher. That is gorilla racism? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a gorilla racist. A gorilla racist. A gorillist. I'm a gorillist. But what if I don't love Robert? Aren't my feelings important too? This is a two-way street, guys. What do you mean, no? No one asked you? Whoa! Whoa! You don't love me? No. Roberto's. Okay, but what do I get out of it? Epic fail. But what do I get out of it? What do I gain from Robert the Gorilla being on stream? What is my incentive here? Cancel alcohol? Wait, what? Goddle, you were against it too. People will feel joy and I'll make friends. Cringe. Wait, now you're blackmailing me with my own channel points. Robert Gorilla on chess. Called TV. Well, he... Me, I'm Ian Blavich, just streamer, think that I shouldn't add dancing gorilla game named Robert to bring more fun and joy to my streams. He's not even mine. I don't have permission to use him. Ben Hako for speaking facts. Wait, what? He's not my intellectual property. Free Robert? Miss my family? Well, then go stay with your family. I'm not your family. So what is this position? I am a horrible person. Yes. Next question. Are you Skibbity Sigma? Well, since you can't spell Skibbity right, no. Fake fan. How do you know I've watched all the episodes of Skibbity Toilet? That's not even a joke. I have, in fact, watched Skibbity. Robert joined with you. It's what? I'm not betting against a fictional monkey. Maybe. Boring means good. No, this isn't boring. It's just a very interesting game. I'm not sure what the knight's doing on h3. Is there any meaningful threat? I don't think so. I mean, I can honestly probably take. I'm not gonna, though. I'm gonna play. This is a weird position. This is a weird position. I have no idea what to play. It's a check, fam? Yeah, I missed that part. Actually, super goofy position. Play move that isn't an epic fail? No, that's impossible. That's impossible. I still don't feel like I have an incentive to add Robert. Like, what good does adding Robert do for society? Emphasis on the sus. Yeah, seems a little... George, I think that's a little much out of context. Society, exactly. More light and friendly, tight and friendly community. But here's the problem. One, no. And two, he's a pointless addition. That just serves to add another thing to my stream, which I don't own and I would be using from someone else. Make streams atmosphere more chill. Yeah, that's something I'm constantly trying to do. Really, you took? Try an epic dancing gorilla gif. As long as you agree that's pronounced GIF, then I might consider it. Desks. It's not like memes have copyright. I mean, they literally do. See, that's I knew it. Everybody has the things they're unwilling to sacrifice. Memes have copyright, they just also have fair use. Add Robert, I'm leaving? That's a bit rude. What a weird position. I actually have no idea how to even begin to evaluate this. Well, it is a closed position, and so I like believe him from that perspective. The problem is this weak pawn on e2. If I had time to play bishop f3, then I'd be totally okay, but I don't know if I have time to play bishop f3. I'm gonna try it, because I think it's the only meaningful way to prove an advantage, but... See? Desks claims he was for the cause, but as soon as he was required to sacrifice anything, he gave up. What's your cause now? If one of your prime members if one of your key members will give up that easily. All I asked was that he admit to the truth. My cause is, I forgot to tell you my pronouns are she. Ah, pardon me. Pardon me. You might have to remind me. I might forget. She is one of your key members. And even then, as soon as she was required to make any sacrifice of any meaningful proportion, she caved. I am they them. Twitch needs a pronouns feature for real, for real. Oh, okay. Apathetic. That is a good word. I can open up my GIFs. Exactly. Now you are beginning to understand. Was that so difficult to comprehend? No, seriously though. Think giraffe. Think giraffe. Keep bishop in endgame. That's my thought process. I'm a little scared of this knight coming to e4 though. The gorilla on stream. uh... Not sure if I want to say that, Jim, bro. I'm not the most enthused. No, I don't think I will. Benefits of having a controlling interest in my own live stream. Tyrannical streamer. Yes. Next question. I have no time. That's the problem. We're both playing we're both trying to think so much to try to prove that I have the advantage. One of us has the advantage. We're ending up like just going to lose on time or something. It's crazy. I wish it's not that sad. No, I kind of have to go for this rook endgame now. Ugh. Drawish rook endgame. I like the king and pawn endgame though. Ugh. Oh, you're no fun. Got him. Why king e3? Because I want to win on time. Scramble inbounds. Because I want to win on time. I have not won a good game of chess today. So GG's. Oh, what a weird game of chess. I was definitely better in the endgame before I gave you the bishop. Never in doubt. A little bit of doubt. A little bit in doubt. You know what? Slightly in doubt. Kako si? Long time no see. Da. Rensum, malce umoren, malce imam stres zaradi kolokvijumi. Моят колоквиум сканела заради не бев во Македонија за предходниот 2 недели, значи сега колоквиум ми треба. I played with like 92.1, you played 92.4. Like neither of us made any meaningful mistakes, but also neither of us played accurately enough to punish the other's mistakes. Dry. Even the end game, it was calling like triple zeros. And these were all best moves. Sheesh. You sound and look like a wizard, but you don't speak English. Yes. And from my ancient knowledge, I learned the word Jim. Јас готово завршив за 2 недели дипломирам. Ај, браво! Браво! Честитки! That's Russian, Mr. Jimbro. Which, given Russian is one of my classes, but I'm not that good at Russian. No habla español. But wait, you literally do habla español. Hold on a second. Source? You? Graduation? The album or the actual thing? Now I'm questioning everything. Cited in MLA format. Give me a second. Слушна за девойчето в Скопие, що изчезна. Не. Okay, give me a second. Give me one moment. I got you, Des. Boom, there's your source. Take that. Threats in Russian? Macedonian. Makedoniancima? Ili koristi Google Translate? Ne, Google Translate. To je finec. Ne, to ne je roden Makedonac. Ili mislim ne. Laži. Boom, take that. Wait, it's Kate's turn, but Kate isn't here, so I'm going next. Translate. What are you supposed to do? Okay, now it's Homie's turn. Man, ChatGPT is a gift to humanity. A gift to humanity. You just gotta know how to use it, right? Homies, I don't think is here either. Okay, Cormac is definitely here. Cormac's always here. Live commentary? You got it. Eminin parça paylaşıyor. What's up with you in that question? I didn't answer it, and the fact that you asked it again makes me very confident that that was the correct call. Okay, let's see what happens in this game. E4, Best by Test, Robert James Fisher. Elon's bringing the AI chop ladder special grok. I don't know anything about it. But we're getting into the point where, I mean, I would expect ChatGPT to get worse pretty soon, now that their ethics board is destroyed. But... То само случайно прашення. Не случайно. Не случайно. Іч не случайно. I would be shocked if it were. Elon's just salty that he pulled out his investment in OpenAI, or didn't invest fully. He did invest 100 million, but he promised to invest like $1 billion or something. Sweet. The modern. I am not familiar with this line. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what the problem is with takes. Do you have compensation? It was funny to witness. I found it depressing. It was very funny, though. It was depressing and funny. The perfect combo. Really shows the absolute state of a business. So what was your plan? To, like, take knight and then... Take knight and then takes in the center, I'm assuming is the plan. Takes with pawn? Why not takes with knight? I was sure he was going to take with knight. Ooh, I don't like this as much anymore. I don't like takes with pawn at all. Is there a reason takes with knight didn't work? Knight f3. No, but now the... Of course, duh. That's a combo. You know what? I need to get my music working again. I need to actually invest the time to do that. I had time earlier today. I could have done it today, but I completely forgot. You're just letting him take on b2. I feel like at this point, you could just do this as black and you've got your pawn back with interest. Yeah, I really disagree with the way Cormac's played this. And I think that so does Stockfish. I think so does Stockfish. Knight f4. Check. Bishop. Wait for desperate h4, h5, h6, but it actually works. Bishop f4 might be better, but this check, didn't that just concretely win a bishop? Am I missing something? No, he had knight d2, but that looks hideous. Maybe he had knight d2. Ketchup y mayonnaise. Best. Knight f3. Takes. Knight takes. Takes, queen takes on g2, maybe? Again, Cormac's just... Now he's lost a pawn, but... the problem is... He did the thing that Cormac sometimes does when he gets nervous, where he kind of straddles the line between two different ways of playing. He doesn't commit to playing... not aggressively, but like... He doesn't commit to playing for the win, but then he just kind of ends up playing scared, but then he still walks into the positions that require active play. Now, I think he got out easy. I really think that, like, especially in this position, something like a queen b4 was actually going to be kind of difficult to deal with. Queen d4, knight d2. Again, queen b4 maybe didn't work. Maybe it never worked, but... But his opponent made out like a thief in the night with a pawn. Can't be that bad, right? Simfut the knight over? Ne. Ich ne. Simfe najloš. Najglupo. Knight a6, of course. Wait. Yeah, takes. You can't even play this because then he get hit with the check. I would just take the bishop. Might have even been better, but... I wouldn't have resigned that. 30k channel points? Hey, congratulations, tasks. Nisu jali neko ljubav hot dog. U Skopje ima jedno mesto, da, se vika Baking Bread Burgers. Ima mnogo dobri hot dogovi, najdobri v celom Makedoniji. Ozbiljno? So Cormac, in my opinion, in the humble opinion of This blobfish. You did that thing you sometimes do. Can you not take with knight here? Yeah, so you queen a4 check, so he has to castle first. And you can't defend the pawn, I suppose. No, I'm insinuating that you played like you were going to go for the win, but then you played passively afterwards. Like h3 in this position. And then bishop c4 instead of knight f3 trying to hold on to the pawn. So you gave him the central pawn. And then I was calculating like queen b4 here, which looked like agonizing. Like, you were like, okay, I'm going to take the pawn, I'm going to try to hold the pawn, and I'm going to make him regret giving me anything. But then he played h3. You know, like, you don't have to take the pawn. First off, I'm not sure why you didn't take the pawn here. I don't believe in any of this. But knight f3 is probably also good. I don't, personally, I find this entire line of reasoning very suspicious. I don't agree with it. I don't think you have enough compensation as black. You're not castled yet, and white's not that far behind in development, even if he's even behind at all. So first off, I find this entire line of reasoning very suspicious. But okay, bishop d5 is an interesting idea. But then the fact that you took with pawn, like these doubled pawns, this is why I didn't like bishop. If bishop g6 and you take this with knight, it's interesting. But the problem is there, he could just play slow. And this pawn will come back. And at that point, he'll just have the bishop pair. So I kind of see why that's not very good. But I even like it better as an idea. Because once you take back with pawn, especially the fact that he has queen b6, it feels like you're never going to even pretend to be better here because of these pawns being so terribly weak. Or like even maybe like d6. I'd almost rather play d6 than bishop g5. Like if I'm not going to take, which is probably what I would do, then I would just play d6, jettison the pawn, and move on with my life. And just say, okay, here's your pawn back. I'm fixing the structure. Now the problem is he can play e takes, and it's like ridiculously super duper mega even, you know? But okay, we play chess. So if you're scared of, it's like, again, I feel like one of your weaknesses is you kind of do this thing where whenever you're faced with a really difficult decision like this, where you're not sure what to do because you don't know theory, you kind of get the worst of both worlds by straddling the line, you know? You're like, I don't want to take, I'm scared, but I also don't want to just push and play an even position because I feel like I should have better than that. I'm going to try something else. And the something else I find often isn't good. In my experiences, in my games. It's like either commit to the win or commit to playing an even position. Like either way you can win. You could play d6 and win by completely outplaying your opponent. That's fine. You could take and try to deal with this tactical nonsense of a battle. That's fine. But trying to like go for some weird in-between, I feel like you're going to end up in a worse position. Because you ended up with the worst of both worlds. After bishop g5 and this whole takes thing, so you ended up underdeveloped and with a bad pawn structure. Psychology exam? Oh, sick. Good luck, man. It's like, like you could have one of those weaknesses, but going for both. And then also you traded off a bishop for a knight when he has the fianchettoed bishop, and then gave yourself the double pawn so you don't have the e pawn or the c pawn to secure your central pawn with. That's also just bad positional chess. Like, this is a disaster waiting to happen. You know, it's like in the dragon stuff. Like, maybe even you let him take and try to hold on to the doubled pawns somehow. I'm not sure how you would do that. Like a queen b3. Like, maybe you play queen b3, and your point is this pawn restricts his movement, and so he doesn't really have a good way to develop his pieces. You play like bishop e2 and knight f3 or something. Bishop f2, maybe you go even like this, and then like bishop e3, and you try to hold the doubled pawns like this, and say, okay, I'm up a pawn, and more importantly, these pawns prevent you from breathing. That's interesting. Like, okay. Maybe it's not good, but it's kind of a quirky way of going about it. I'm not sure it's good because it takes a lot of time, but these double pawns do restrict him a bit. However, they are a long-term weakness, so you have to play for him dynamically. Because there's no way you're going to hold on to both of these in an endgame. Normally, if you're up material, you want an endgame, but there's no way you hold on to these in an endgame. You know, like bishop f3 and natural moves like this, and suddenly the position is looking far more comfortable for white. These knights aren't as good as they look, and they look bad. You know, it's like, you could play something like that. But deciding, okay, I'm not going to take, and I'm going to violate positional chess because I'm nervous about getting an even position when I should be better, feels a little suspicious. Now, queen b3 is hard to find quickly, you know? It's not a move that's immediately obvious. And then afterwards, you have to evaluate that it's fine. You can play knight f3 here, but getting the bishop to f3 feels better, and then the knight to e2, because it overstood defends this pawn, and I feel like that's a better way of developing the pieces. It's a little, but you have to be fast about it. I don't know. There's interesting dynamics there. Just trading on, giving him the dark squared bishop. Knight e2, knight f4. Also an excellent point. Although I'm going to be honest, played the black side of that too much. Although I'm going to be honest, I think bishop is better served on the f4 square than the knight is. For now, I think the knight's okay. I would rather the bishop be on the square than the knight, because the bishop just does such a good job restricting the rook. These two bishops are just ruling the board, you know what I mean? So the knight on f4 is probably a good long-term idea, but I think the bishop wants to go there first. Because that's such a good square for it, man. Because if he doesn't play rook b8, then what else is his plan? The computer's saying like queen b6. But like worst case scenario, I go here. And I like this position for white. Maybe go knight b4, but no. Just... rook d8. Yeah, but knight f4 I don't think works here, because I think he has g5. And funny, you can give the pawn back now and then play bishop f4 with tempo. And if he goes here, you play bishop g5 and you pin the knight. And if he takes with the rook, you play bishop f4 with tempo. And these bishops are just so strong. So you're basically playing with the positional weakness of the isolated pawn, but also the incredibly strong bishops. And it's chess. But giving him the dark squared bishop just feels so suspicious. So suspicious. Also, I'm sure you already know this, but I think you resigned too early. It's a very bad position. You're out down 2 pawns, but if anything about today's chess has taught us anything, it's that 2 pawns isn't enough. You need at least like, nothing is enough. There's not enough material where the position is guaranteed. You know what I mean? So I get it was a frustrating game. That's why I'm not like harping on the fact that you resigned quick, but I think it bears It bears repeating that you did resign a bit quickly for my taste. Max drew yawn with a king and rook versus king and queen. That's my point. Very frustrating, but also third. Thought I hung rook before resigning. Oh. Which I think that, proves the point. You weren't in the headspace, but. I was never resigned? Oh, yeah. No, I believe you. I'm just saying. Also, welcome, Dezo. Messy. Your turn. How's it going? Pretty well. I'm a little tired. I'm still getting back into the rhythm of things. I was a bit late tonight. And the chess has been extremely terrible. However, I've been winning anyways. That's the thing. Tonight, I've been playing horrible chess. But somehow, through some, luck or black magic, I've been forcing my opponents to play worse chess than me. It's pretty cool, actually. It's good content. You don't actually know, but I'm currently operating a voodoo doll with my feet. Okay. Now I'm just trying to think. Will it be long, messy? Should I play like a blitz game or something? Or should I play and should I get to the next person or what? Live on pardon. That was very bad. Toaster and finish. Oh, that's super cool. Also, welcome, stable. Also, guys, look. I can draw on my screen now. I added that as a thing I can do. Look. Hand drawn or mouse drawn? Mouse drawn. But now I can draw on the board when I want to say something. Still good? Oh yeah, it's better than nothing. Because I remember a few streams back I wanted to do it, but I couldn't, and so I ended up just bringing up GIMP, which is horrible. So I actually figured out a way to set it up, and I did. Wee. Should I send the challenge? Please do. Phone. And it's tied to my desktop and not the chessboard, so when I reload the web page or something, it stays, Or if I what's your chess.com name again? Messy? No, so you are the guy who challenged me to bullet. See, so I could just stay on there. Anyway. And it's quite easy for me to set up and delete. It takes one click of my mouse. Because I have extra mouse buttons, right? And I didn't have them bound to anything, so I just bound them to drawing. You going to send challenge? You sent me a bullet challenge and I accepted. Chess.com is lagging for me. It's just a rematch. I sent a rematch, but I can just send you a challenge if you'd like. Should we be playing bullet if your chess.com is lagging? That feels like a recipe for disaster. Is this a come working well for you? It has been so far. See, look, now I can do subtext, but it's like not subtext. So like I can say something I can say something really dumb, you know, and I can just like be like me on the board in real time. Yeah, no, I totally can. Totally an option. My face one. We are chilling. Already chilling. Look at us chill. Look at how chill we are. I think I'm pretty chill. I'm just gonna go like here. Uh, that's an annoying move. It's bullet. It's bullet. I'm not gonna play good chess. That's like a war crime or something. I can get away with this, right? Don't ask me what I'm doing, guys. I don't have a... Oh, it worked. Never mind, I'm a genius. It's bullet. What's he gonna do? Bishop h6. How do I meet this again? Oh, I forget my moves here. I think it's like queen a5. I'll just play something simple. Keep it simple, right? I'll take with bishop. And again, it's bullet, so we're going to play bullet moves. As contrasted with good moves. Oh, not what I expected. What am I doing with my life, guys? That was too far. Oh, okay. You got me that time. You got me that time. I'm playing too good. I'm playing too rational chess. I need to play goofier. We need to increase the goof levels. You know what? We'll do this. Like I said, we need more goof. Perfect. I didn't need that. I didn't need that either. Endgames and bullet. Let's go. Oh no, this is fine. I could play that. That's one of the dumber moves I've played today. Which is impressive, because like I said, today's been a really dumb day for chess. What am I doing? Oh, I'm so smart. Dang it. I am quite bad at bullet. Okay, wait. We do like 7 games of bullet or something instead of a game of rapid? Uh, we'll go here. Okay. So far, so good. How much material am I down? Oh no, I got my material back. Nice. Just take that and play this. No reason to overcomplicate it. I'm going to anyway, but there's no reason to. Oh, I could have taken the rook. What am I doing, man? What am I doing? Oh, that's mate. I need that queen a5. I needed a lot of things, man. I need help. That's what I need. Because I am not good at bullet. You know what? Let's have some fun. I need a refund? Resign button? Okay, I'll resign if you wanted to. It's unfortunate. Rematch. Fine. That was a little bit of a waste of a resign button. It's bullet. A resign button is called writing me a moderately interesting question in chat. That's the resign button. Knight's going on a magical journey. Oh, you want to play like that? You want that to be the way we play chess? Let's play chess. Look at that knight. Oh, way better than your bishop. No offense. Just gonna make my life easier. Hey. So first off, I'll just do this. And blunder my queen. It's the perfect plan. Like I said, you don't need a resign button. You just need to, you don't even need to say anything. Was math discovered and invented? Exactly. You asked a mildly interesting question. And I blundered my queen. I'm telling you, I didn't even need to look at the question. I could tell that it was mildly interesting. And there goes my chess ability. It's like a bad citizen. Keep the centralized knight. It's the greatest strength of our position. Oh, that was a mouse slip. No. Man, I hate chess. It's the worst game. Winnable, but chess is still the worst game ever. What am I cooking? Nothing. I'm burning the kitchen down. I am burning the kitchen, I tell you. Kitchen on fire. Like me. I'm on fire. That was a terrible move. Forgot about the bishop. I didn't need that bishop anyway. I didn't want that bishop anyway. I'm too good for that bishop. Okay, one more and then we'll call it. I guess it's snowing here now? There you go. We are really playing Dragon Theory now, ain't we? Ain't we? Slight pressure. Slight pressure. Spending too much time. Hey, might as well go for it, right? Not easy to stop. This is why I love the dragon. What kind of goofy nonsense is this? He resigned? I had 2 seconds. He could have at least played here and made me play like bishop a2 or something. It was a 50-50. Okay. That's enough bullet. I never want to touch bullet again. I hate bullets so much. It's Robert the Gorilla's turn, but he's not here because we don't like him. Which means the glue, glue, glue. But glue, glue, glue isn't here either. 10-minute mail is also not. It's that time of stream, which is pretty good because, man. Terrible chess this evening. Hey, if the queue ends empty, maybe I'll just switch over to just chatting and try to get music working on my stream. Because why not, right? Because people keep complaining about it, but... Played black. Is this a miniature? I'm down, but... I would have to do it off stream. Yeah, because I have to like edit some stuff on my stream PCs that would be difficult to do while streaming. And I guess I could just minimize everything. Yeah, I could do it on stream. I wouldn't be able to show a ton of very much of what I'm doing, but I could still be in the just chatting category. It could be an impromptu AMA. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. Exchange Karo Khan, because we only play exciting openings. How did you get a miniature out of an Exchange Karo Khan? Not H6. I guess you're going to F5. You're cooking something. Now I'm scared. You've played two moves that I don't understand at all, which makes me very intimidated because I feel like you're planning something drastic. What? Why did he take on G6? Did he think he was... I mean, it does look kind of scary, but... Just King G7 and it holds everything together. That's crazy. Your opponent really thought he was the protagonist. Wow. I mean, to be fair, it looks really scary. It looks like that would work. I love Blitz. Blitz is something. I do enjoy some Blitz. Oh, queue is empty. Well, if there's no one else here who wants to play, then I might just switch to just chatting and get music working on my stream so people stop complaining. By people, I mean me, because the voices in my head hate the fact that there's no music. Am I my own worst critic if the voices in my head are the ones criticizing me? Questions. Philosophical conundrums. Are you trying to specify that no music is a good thing? Wait, now I'm confused. Are you saying it's better with no music? Because I disagree. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's like a little song you say. No music, no music. So, no music, no music. Oh, I got you, I got you. Music. Wait, how would you put four cups in? No music. Music. No music. Four is a weird number. I mean, you could do like 7/8 and there you go. I got you, I got you, I got you. Okay, in that case, this is switching to a just chatting stream officially. No. I got you. A lot of things are lost over chat. So I'll just end the YouTube stream. And